At the Stewart's Draft Baptist Church in Virginia's Shenandoah Valley.
Good morning, everyone. It's good to see you all here and worship together.
This Sunday service is led by a pastor who took the place of this pastor.
I don't want to start controversy. Apparently, God does. And I'm just a messenger.
Taking his place after this outdoor sermon during the worst of the COVID pandemic, just a few months before the 2020 presidential election.
Why will we not finally admit that we have put a liar in our White House? Why will we not finally admit that that is Antichrist?
And William Kopp, who'd been the spiritual leader of this evangelical Southern Baptist church for 14 years, wasn't anywhere near done talking about then-President Donald Trump.
18,000 fact-checked lies in 1,100 days is more than just unacceptable. It is more than just sin. It is more than just wrong. It is demonic.
And then Kopp added this.
And you can't deny it, because Jesus says it. And if you choose to deny that, then you choose to deny Jesus. You can't have it both ways. You can't support the lie and claim the truth. You can't support the Antichrist and support the Christ.
This is William Kopp and his wife Carol today. After you made this sermon, what happened to you?
I was fired.
I knew when I heard it that we would not be staying at the church.
I want to say he was a friend.
Jim Brooks is a deacon at the church.
The thing that got me was at the very end, Pastor Kopp said that if you voted for Trump, you are not a Christian. That was the biggest thing for me.
Within 48 hours, William Kopp says, the church leaders, including Deacon Brooks, asked for his resignation. Is what you're saying, do you believe that people cannot be good Christians or thinking Christians if they support Donald Trump?
That's a real tough one. And probably that's exactly what I'm saying.
William Kopp says his sermon criticized other political and religious leaders too, and contends it was not a political speech but a moral one. Sermons in evangelical churches combining politics, morals, and faith are far from rare. 2 days before the 2020 election, listen to this pastor in Maine.
We have an election on Tuesday. I pray God's mercy grants President Donald Trump victory. I don't have a problem standing here in front of you and saying so.
And 4 days after Election Day, this Texas pastor referring to the so-called stolen election.
Expose all wickedness intended to steal, to kill, and destroy the electoral process in these battleground states. Now let's pray.
According to surveys from the Pew Research Center, it appears there's a strong association between Trump's political movement and the evangelical religious label. The research from last year further indicates that, among all white adults who participated in both the 2016 and 2020 surveys, 25% described themselves as born-again or evangelical Protestants in 2016. 29% described themselves this way in 2020.
In 2 Corinthians 5:21,
the current pastor of the Stewart's Draft Church, Billy Coffey, who talked to us off camera, says he loved Pastor Kopp, but told us many congregants were upset and hurt by what he said, and would leave if Pastor Kopp did not. So it was a matter of saving the church rather than saving the pastor. The new pastor telling us, when you mix religion and politics, it won't make religion better. William and Carol Kopp have now moved to North Carolina and have joined a Presbyterian church, where he will occasionally fill in for pastoral duties. What do you think the Lord thinks of what you said in your sermon that day?
Well done, my good and faithful servant.
Gary, did William Kopp indicate if he had any misgivings about how he handled the situation?
Well, Anderson, I did talk to William Kopp about that. Obviously, his life has changed a great deal, but he says he's comfortable with what he did, and he believes what he said in his sermon is, quote, biblically supported. Anderson?
Gary Tuckman, appreciate it. Thanks.